Hey there you, welcome back to another video. My name is Brian Nesline. I am a spiritual oracle card reader. I'm an empath, psychic, clairvoyant, intuitive, a whole bunch of little things like that. And all we're really saying is I am a spiritual being having a human experience just like everyone else around me. Ooh, now I'm just claiming that I have something called the spirit living inside of me. And I'm just claiming that spiritual awareness or that spiritual consciousness, that spiritual looker, that observer, is what is really alive in me. It's the presence of God or the universe or the source or the Christ within, whatever you want to call it. I'm describing it to you because what we describe kind of comes alive for us, meaning that when we describe something with our words, we can recognize it as separate and different from everything else, right? Like if I point to these little flowers here and describe them, white flowers, green tree, oracle cards, these things all have words and images, and by recognizing them, we can then do something with them. And that's why I'm telling you, I'm claiming that I am a spiritual consciousness, an awareness, a looker or a watcher living inside of a human being. Then, if you recognize that little identity within, you'll be able to claim that too, or something to that effect, so that you can make use of it. And it's good news because that's where I get my spiritual inspiration for doing the card readings. It's just an intuitive flow of information that pops in intuitively. It's just inspiration. Intuitively means that there's no real backing or no real thought process in it. It just occurs. Boom, just spontaneously. And that is the birth of some goody good stuff. So the recovery card comes out. Why? Let's take a look. The recovery card is really showing this key of life. It's really the key of knowledge of life. You can see it here that it's being offered. It comes into our consciousness. When we're looking for an answer to get through a doorway, a metaphorical door, we get this key from God and our higher self. That's up here. It's just a representation. Remember, this isn't literally God with a white beard, and this isn't literally what our higher self looks like. They're just symbols, they're words, they're images, they're colors, they're shapes, and they're sizes for you to recognize and then apply some meaning to. The key of life, the knowledge door is there for you. Anything you want to know is all up here in the land of imagination. Anything you want to unlock is here with that key of inspiration. So, if you know you are a conscious awareness having a human life, then you know that you can get the key to all of knowledge. You can recover that. The recover key. And that's what we really want in life, is that inspired little flow of knowledge, the flow of the know, the flow of the novel new way of saying and doing things, of approaching our life, so that we could do what? So that we could surrender what we already know, all of the old stuff that seems worn out or used or blah, static. And we want to bring renewal and bursts of light and energy and joy and woo, all that good passion into our relationships, into our life. There it is again, the unicorn. We want to be that unicorn being that can bring magic, bring newness, bring something from out of the other space up here, right? Out of this world place and bring it down into the world. So it says surrender to non-action. Why? Because that's really what this key of unlimited knowledge is all about. It's about not acting, not taking action on what we already know, but instead taking non-action, surrendering all of our actions, all of our past, all of the ways we were looking at and doing things, traditions, all that. Just letting it go for a moment, being non-active, going into the bodiless place of consciousness, awareness, spirit. And up here, where there's no activity, there's no physical arms and legs, you can just sort of wait on that inspiration light to flow in. That is the unicorn horn. That's really the key. You can see it here. The horn of the unicorn and the key are the same thing. That is the doorway into the world. Now, what are we going to do? We recognize that we are a spiritual being having a human experience. That spiritual thing is like a unicorn. It's a fairy tale. You can't really see it. It's not in the mortal world. But now that we recognize and accept that, because we're describing it as consciousness or awareness or observation, now that we know that we have the key to letting inspiration flood our consciousness when we let go of taking actions on people and things in the world that we already have done in the past, ways of doing things, we just let all that go. We get into the quiet space. Now what's going to happen? Ooh, we'll pull a card and see. We should get that burst of energy and that burst of insight. And it's really going to be a mixture of what we already know combined with what we could know. Let's see what we got here. The healer. Ooh, that's what we're getting here. So look, it's a mixture of what we already know with what we could possibly know. They're all mixing together like this three-headed snake thing. And that comes up into the world. There's our unicorn horn again. Comes up into the world as our unicorn horn. And we get this new renewal, this triple birth, this expansion of knowledge into the world. That's why it's a black and white snake, because in duality, everything really is black and white, good versus evil, up and down, separation. It's really just appearing to be two opposing forces. And so we want to bring that new stuff into the world this way. What you can see here is that it's called the healer because why? It heals our present circumstances because it renews our present into something that hasn't been here before. And that's how we're healing or recovering from who we just were 10 minutes ago, yesterday, a year ago. See, we don't want to stay who we were, living in the past, stuck in the past, ruminating over old ideas and old ways of looking at things. Ew, that sucks. We want to get out of that. We want to stop taking actions on those behaviors, those thought patterns, those ways of thinking, and we want to get into the new one. Okay? Now this white piece here, this represents that white space, blank canvas space. And it shows that you can take your third eye, that is your inner eye, or your imagination space, represented there, and that you can allow this new currency, see that little coin? That rainbow coin is going to form up here as new light comes into your crystal white blank canvas consciousness. It's going to drip down with a little bit of a jewel or an elixir, a little bit of a droplet of liquid light. What's that represent? That represents fluid and flow. The new snake will grow. The snake will slither on the ground where we live. We'll find it out here in our little chakra pathway, meaning our personal life that is guided by a spirit is going to come across the things that we are now imagining and feeling to be new. We're going to take action on those new ideas, those new things. So let's see what we got. That's going to really heal. It's going to bring recovery because it's going to heal our soul. It's going to heal our mind. It's going to heal the way that we face the world. It's going to transform our world into something brand new. And brand new brings with it this area where the light or the energy hasn't entered into the physical plane yet. It enters it in through our actions with our significant others or our exes or our family members or our whoever's, with the people we work with, the people that are in our neighborhoods, all of our interactions, all of our words, me making this video, all of our interactions are areas where light can flood in new ways. And as you let that light flood in, oh, look at that, the no thingness. As you let that light flood into those dark nowhere land areas, come on, so good. The light floods in. Oh, so good when the cards come out like this. The light floods in, you can see it, and the light expands in our world, and that's what brings the healing of our old ideas. That's what brings the recovery of everything getting exciting and meaningful and on fire, purposeful. That's what brings all the magical feeling of, oh, I don't have to work so hard. Instead, I just have to renew my mind and then take actions on those new inspirations as I am a conduit, a channel to bring more light into the world. Yeah, look at that unicorn horn. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, it's so good. And it is like a little top hat. Look at that. Having a dance, having a party, feeling real good in my tuxedo hat. Gonna have fun, gonna be me. Don't really give a crap about what anybody thinks. Why would you? You don't need to. You're an original being. You've got some kind of new light flooding through with information that nobody else knows about. The starseed is you, the one that brings it down. The light of the stars are all cheering for you as they come through your mortal body into the world as a new energy, a new energy to flood that world with all that light. Look at that, folks. There's your unicorn horn again. Boom, just firing right out of your third eye space. What does it really come down to? The recovery, the healing, renewing your mind. Jesus said it in the Bible. Actually it was Paul. He said, dude, don't be conformed to what you always have known and what you see around you in this world. Don't just keep taking counsel from everything that's around you. No. He said, don't be conformed to the world. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind, the way that you look at things. This is why creative, eternal childhood experience is such a great thing. This is why being a little silly, being a little goofy, being a little brainstormy, looking at things in new ways, being open to the variety of life, this is all good stuff. Exploring your options, all good stuff when you look at all the variety of the pearls that are around, all the different people, all the way they express themselves, especially if you don't understand it. Don't judge it as some kind of negative thing. There's only one power. That power is light. There's only one God. It's all right. Don't call them ill. Don't call them sick. Realize that the recovery, is all about you. It's all about you getting your mind new, bringing the healing right into this world. Expand the light, make it be bright. Put on your little top hat and do a little dance with the people around you. Have fun as you bounce off of their ideas, as you listen to that energy that's flowing through them, but more importantly, as you make that decision that you don't live in a good versus evil world anymore. Let that old idea go so that you can be the temple of the light that's entering the world 24/7. Yeah, so goody good when you know who you are. We know now we are children of the light, that we are God's children, that we are children of the universe, that we are star seeds, that we are the white light living inside of a human being to bring good works or good different things or good little renewals into the world for ourselves and for all the other selves who would look at it and receive it in that way. As we're leaving this reading, let's pull this one last card to take us out of here. I'm inspired to do that, so I'm going to. I have no idea what it's going to be, and that's the fun part. Welcome to the surprise of your moment by moment life. Here you go. Have that patience, right? As you allow that white light to bubble up in you and be a part of that tree of life, that tree of white light life that is trickling into the world. And all the little things that you do put out in the world, they're going to be like little rabbits that other people are going to follow from time to time down rabbit holes so that they can blossom up, have new ideas as well. We're all adding to this big sea of light where all the little rabbits of hope and faith and joy are multiplying and hopping around. Take care, friends. Have a great day. Enjoy doing whatever you're going to do. Enjoy loving all the people around you and looking for the goody good light that is running through them. Take care. Have fun. Goodbye.